Over the last week or so, we've been talking about beating man coverage abilities such as the universal coverage, one step ahead, and inside shade. First, we started with on-off alignments in general to beat these abilities, and then we talked about the nuance in which sometimes your corner routes would run rounded off patterns yesterday out of twin sets. Today, we're going to break down your trip sets such as spread trips and bunch alignments to help you better understand exactly what you need to beat man coverage consistently, even when your opponents are turning off your route technician or other route running abilities. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Zan from the Madden YouTube channel. Just as I said in the intro, we're going to be talking about trips formation alignments here today for beating universal coverage and other route cancellation abilities. The good news, trip sets are very flexible. You guys are going to notice that you can run basically whatever route combination you wish with a trips alignment. However, there are some caveats here. We're still going to follow on-off rules from last week's video, and in general, hash mark not really that important. So this could kind of illustrate why you notice a lot of players really like the gun trips tight end for beating really any meta, whether it's man or zone. Let's go ahead and talk about it here today. Again, we're going to be focusing on Chris McAllister on the defensive side of the ball. He will be our one step ahead player, and we'll be just kind of attacking him as it pertains, our receivers. So again here, I'm going to put McAllister. Let's start with him as the outside corner. We'll be running a little cover zero meta here. Now, we're going to start off here first and foremost with the ball on the short hash with our trips to the wide side of the field. As you guys recall, last week, we talked about on-off alignments, meaning receivers who are aligned on the line of scrimmage versus receivers that are aligned off the line of scrimmage. Kind of self-explanatory, but it makes a huge difference as it pertains to your route efficiency in Madden. So right here, I've got Cooper Kupp. I'm going to show you guys a route combination in which maybe I run a streak, a corner, and a flat. But what you're going to notice is Cooper Kupp is off the line of scrimmage against the route cancellation ability. As we talked about last week, this is no guarantee that the corner route will never get open, but you will notice from time to time these routes are much less effective. And you saw right there that even with the pressure that we got on this play against the quarterback, Cooper Kupp was not breaking open against the one step ahead. So if you take a look here at this replay, you see how this would not have been a situation where we could have thrown the ball and gotten a far enough animation away from this defender to prevent a knockout animation. Keep in mind that with universal coverage, this is basically a combination between the one step ahead plus short, medium, and deep route KO. So a lot of players really like universal coverage for 1 AP on their players. Let me go ahead and show this to you again here. So I'm going to put our A receiver on an out route, our right bumper on a streak, and our receiver Cooper Kupp on a corner. And you're gonna see here that I might be able to throw this, but again, you're kind of noticing that those separation animations are not looking that great. Again, I will go ahead and run this a couple more times just to kind of hammer home the illustration, and then we will get into kind of the other players that are on the field as it pertains their alignments in a trip style set. So again, I'm gonna try to throw this to Cooper Kupp, kind of throw us down and outside. Again, you're just noticing that the separation animations are not good. We're getting screamed at in this play. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like spy the pass rush one more time, but we're really kind of 0 for 3 here in this example as it pertains to us being able to create separation. Again here, as I throw this, right there, we finally got a good and sharp cut. But again, 1 out of 4 is not a great batting average as it pertains, this route combination. We're looking for consistency within this particular defense to know where we want to go with the ball. So now I'm going to put Chris McAllister in the nickel alignment because he's going to line up on the point man in this formation. Traditionally, most players don't play press because of short out elite, so I'm going to keep my universal coverage in an off alignment, which is about where a safety would line up regardless. We know that an on the line of scrimmage receiver is going to be somebody that is going to be able to create separation on the cut. So we can anticipate that at the top of his route, we could throw it down and outside pass lead and get a click on back towards line of scrimmage, and we're going to be open by about 3 to 4 yards. That's a click on angle that was not afforded to us as it was pertaining Cooper Kupp. Again, you guys saw basically 3 out of 4 of those routes were really, really ugly. I'm going to go ahead and back off again here. We'll play them at a little bit smarter depth. Let's put them about right here. And you're going to see the exact same thing. Also keep in mind that with a defense such as a cover 1, these players that are in cover 1 tend to hedge their man coverage alignment away from their help. So when you talk about a cover 1 defense, you've got a hook curl in the middle and you have a deep middle third. That means that these man coverage defenders tend to play outside leverage on their player's stock unless instructed otherwise by the defense via a shade or something that the user does. So again, for us to be able to win outside on the cut for a click on and a fall down animation away from a knockout ability that might be added on top of a route cancellation ability, this is really, really important. So now let's go ahead and try Chris McAllister versus this bunch alignment as it pertains the tight end position. So I'm going to put McAllister back at the safety role because a lot of players do like the safety alignment, and we're going to see how he fares against the tight end, who again is a player who is off the line of scrimmage. So again, here I'm going to run this route combo, and you're going to see that Thaddeus Moss, our tight end, is going up against McAllister, and you're going to see that actually right there, it looked to me like, and you also saw just in general, he lit up, and it was really, really ugly. And that was against Glover Quinn. I didn't even have the route ability, the route cancellation ability rather, in the correct spot. I mean, look at this route that he ran right here. Again, off the line of scrimmage here. And you see that he's going against Glover Quinn, who doesn't even have one step ahead or universal coverage or inside shade. And you see that this was kind of an ugly corner route. I was able to kind of save the rep, but again, not a lot of separation away from that. Let's go ahead and make sure that McAllister is in the correct spot here, and we'll go ahead and run this one more time. So now we're in Overstorm. We should see McAllister right here. He is manned up on the tight end. I'll spy the rush here. So again, we're talking about a cover zero meta, and we'll kind of just go with this. You're gonna see that Moss is gonna get to the top of this route. I'm gonna try to click on, and you see that that's not great. It's not great. We had a little bit of room to do the click on, but again, it's not 4 or 5 yards of separation back towards the route on this play. Again, look at the replay here as we do this click on animation. You see how Moss is trying to click on and come back towards the ball. This is not the 4 or 5 steps that we showed with the on the line of scrimmage receiver on the same route combination. Again, this is streak, corner, and some sort of outbreaking route to the flat. So again, we've illustrated that on the line of scrimmage is more important in a trip style offense. Now, the difference is with trips that we are talking about any route combo, short or wide side of the field, being allowed. So let's go ahead again here. I'm going to put, let's go and put our McAllister back in the slot so he's one-on-one with the player. We'll even base align him in this example. So I'm going to run cover one. He'll be base aligned, and we'll just run whatever we want here. So with this, I'm going to run, post, drag, corner. This is a route combo that has nothing attacking the flat underneath of our corner route. We snap this ball, and you're going to see that the opportunity for us to get that click on animation is there, and we beat the one step ahead very, very easily. In fact, we probably could even just regular straight up pass lead this outside and try to rack it if you really want to. So again, you see right here, there's the animation. CeeDee Lamb absolutely roasts his guy. Again, keep in mind, this Chris McAllister item is a 99 everything. Absolutely geeked out. He's got 99 agility, COD, awareness, play rec, pursuit. Everything about this item should indicate perfect play, especially when you talk about man coverage with an ability that is supposed to prevent route text from doing anything. And to get absolutely fried by a receiver simply because he is on the line of scrimmage on a corner route is going to be massive. The other thing that's really big about this is this allows you, especially in a trip style offense, to be able to run multiple routes that break inside. Again, we talked about this last week, but shading outside does not help. Does not help against this. If you know the rules, you're going to be fine. So now what we've done is we've kind of created an issue where we can basically run a ton of in-breaking routes on this and then still run a guy that we know is going to win to the outside. And now we've got a bunch of routes that can win, and I can still rely on the fact that I can do this click on against the shaded out man coverage. I know CeeDee Lamb dropped the ball right there, but you saw that it won anyways after I shaded the coverage entirely outside. The only route that broke outside on this play was wide open, while everything else is going to be able to win over the middle. I mean, you take a look right here at how we have the slant in the post, the Texas route, his crossed face. This post on the backside is probably something that is a down pass lead and you could click on. You're going to be able to do a lot more with this. So again, I'm going to shade outside on defense. We already know that the corner route to our point man is going to work. Let's just go ahead here and maybe throw kind of a down pass lead on the cut to Michael Irvin. If we know that they're shaded outside, I mean, you could click on and get that ball pretty easily right there, right? So if you kind of notice this, I mean, your opponents are probably going to go to the effort of saying, man, I'm doing this. I've got this route cancellation ability. I'm shading outside and it's still getting open. Now, all of a sudden, they're not going to be able to blitz you as much, especially as it pertains like their spinner meta or any of the cover zero, because basically, if your guy's getting open and there's no deep zone on the field to help him out, you're potentially risking a touchdown if he breaks a tackle or if your guy gets roasted either way. So this is a real danger as it pertains being able to play against trips alignments. You can really flood the middle of the field with everybody except for one corner route as long as it's on the line of scrimmage. Now let's go ahead and apply this to kind of some trips rules as it pertains spread type alignments. So the thing about trips is that they're not all created the same way. If you take a look at certain alignments, trips tight end flex is a formation where the outside receiver is on the line of scrimmage. You have the two slot receivers off the line of scrimmage. So they're not great candidates to be able to attack a one step ahead. But if you kind of just scour your playbook, you might find a trip style alignment, like for instance, Y off trio weak, where you have a guy who might be on the line of scrimmage. So you would expect that this would be a very, very good way for us to attack. So right here, we got Chris McAllister, right? He's in the slot. He's against the on the line of scrimmage player. I'm going to put him on a corner route, and we'll just go ahead and do whatever we want with the rest. And again, with CeeDee Lamb being on the line of scrimmage, you would expect that he would win. But for some reason, he does the rounded off route from yesterday's video. This is the weird part about trips alignments. I know it's bizarre. I'm going to show this to you again. This is not something that is fluke. I can change up the route combo and try to run a out route underneath of it. Again, you're going to note that he's going to run a funky route. Let me go ahead and show you the play art. Chris McAllister one-on-one with the slot. And you're going to see that he's going to run a lazy route nearly every time. So you can see right here, there it is, kind of a sluggish little route and creates no separation on the cut, none whatsoever. So then I started to kind of get to thinking, like, what if I were to try to flex him off the line of scrimmage or maybe move him in a little bit more? Does that impact things as it pertains to this? And again, the truth is, no, not really. Again, you see kind of the sluggish little route. You might have a little bit of an ability to click on, but he doesn't create that 4-yard cut where you can really attack the football with any type of confidence. So I thought, man, maybe against trip spread type alignments, we actually do want a receiver that is off the line of scrimmage. So here we go. Now we're in a trips alignment with a receiver off the line of scrimmage in the slot. And I thought, well, maybe this is just an inverse rule. Maybe for trip spread, you kind of want the guy to be off. So I've got McAllister one-on-one with him. Let's see if the route looks any better. So now we see the route being run. And again, he just rounds the route off just a little bit and doesn't afford us that separation that we're really looking for. So it kind of got me thinking, okay, well, maybe, just maybe this is an issue with trips formations as it pertains spread alignments. And that is the truth. That is exactly how this goes. So if you guys are trying to run this type of combination with 3 receivers to a side, you almost always have to compress it down. This is going to activate a better route cut for you. You'll be able to run this route with confidence. You see right here, look at the cut, the separation, a lot better. I know I took pressure right there, but it's all compression alignments that allow you to do this. So there you guys have it. This is how you guys deal with being able to throw these types of routes against man-to-man coverage with route cancellation abilities. You should be able to take today's video, yesterday's video, and last week's video and put those together to build an offense out of nearly any formation, so long as you understand the rules to be able to draw up route combinations that will afford you the ability to get these quick on catch animations for 15 yards a pop. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, yesterday's video, and last week's video. If you guys did, make sure you guys consider subscribing to the channel, hit that notification bell, and check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.